Hey everyone, it's me, Jake, the Swaggy Snake. And originally I had a massive video for you all. It was going to be like 40 minutes long, where I found this dude making an egregious anti-trans video against Mr. B/Chris Tyson. It was such an incoherent, rambly rant video that he even stated that he believed in gender dysphoria, which with one Google search will tell you how to treat it. But that's besides the point. He also said that being trans tears families apart when getting divorced has been done by straight couples since forever, along with other things like alcohol, drug abuse, and the likes, far more than being trans ever will or would. And he also went on a minute-long ramble about how we need to stop transgenderism, and it gave stochastic terrorism vibes, I'm going to be honest. And I would have loved to share and debunk that entire video with all 53 of you, but I bozoed, okay? When I downloaded the video, I messed up the downloading process, and I got the video and no audio. Should be what's playing on screen right now. He had this tweet right here that kind of summarized everything he said in a single point. But yeah, I went back to his channel, found out that he deleted it, and well, no video. So I kind of just sat for like a week and a half because I spent a lot of time making that video. I wrote out an 11-page script and had sources, but now looking back on his channel and channels, I can say with 90% confidence that Jay Fanton is a grifter. Now, what is a grifter? A grifter is someone who tricks their victims into handing them money without outright stealing it. Think of a snake oil salesman. They'll prey on your emotions of wanting to be healthy by selling you oil that does nothing. Essentially scamming. Jay does this by claiming to be truthful and honest with fair reporting when he only ever shows one side of the quote-unquote trans debate, mostly, and is just being a bigot that makes you scared. But there's more to this grifting that meets the eye. If we look at his social blade, he deleted more than 4.3 million total views from his channel. He didn't make a video about how his YouTube channel got demonetized, but he deleted that video. But he still mentions in his Rumble video, re-upload all his videos to Rumble. He says he was unfairly demonetized.
This entire YouTube situation and debacle is really unjust. It's unfair. All of you know about how unfair it really is. I've been reading a lot of the comments that you have been leaving on my last video that I made, talking about what's actually occurred with the whole demonetization of my entire YouTube channel, pretty much out of the blue. Even though I had a gut feeling that it was going to happen at some point, it happened literally within a week of me getting a warning and then hitting 50,000 subscribers, and then a day before I was meant to be paid by YouTube.
But one look at his channel, and you'll see that he just attacks trans people, or at least the past 3 months he's done so. But he puts in other bigots like Matt, you're an adult at 16, Walsh, and includes other anti-trans rhetoric. And funnily enough, in this video, he says what he does is never about the money.
This was never about the money for me. It's always been about spreading this message far and wide. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for conversations. I'm all for asking questions. The more we need to do that, and being silenced by YouTube, being either deplatformed or demonetized unfairly and unjustly, is discrimination in all its forms. It really, really is.
Yet as soon as you get demonetized, you switch over to Rumble in hopes that you get monetized. Why else would you go over there? Rumble is a significantly smaller platform with significantly less eyes, and the people on there, such as Sneeko, I Think Cuties Was a Good Movie, and conspiracy theorists like Stu Peters reside. In fact, at the time of writing the script, he only has 883 followers on his Rumble account, compared to his 54,400 subs on his channel, which is only 1.6% of his audience. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. Bigotry doesn't spread as far as it used to. Granted, his announcement to Rumble video only has 6,529 views during this recording, and if we assume that everyone who watched that Rumble video went to his channel, that's only 13.5% of people from that video going over to subscribe. And then he continues on his video with his little persecution complex, saying he's being discriminated against while he's discriminating against people. And well, that's just him being a big giant crybaby. But notice how he said it's not about the money, yet he's advertising his PayPal in the video.
To show even more, I'll link the PayPal link for you below, so you can do that if you want. There is no obligation whatsoever. I am just incredibly grateful.
And if you look at the description box in the video, he has a brand sponsorship with Couch Potato, which appears to be a clothing company, which I frankly don't care, and his own book.
You get knocked down, you get back up, and you keep on soaring. I wrote an entire book about it, about all the things that have happened in my life that I've been knocked down and I get back up and I just keep on moving forward. So
I took a look at this book. It appears to be a book that tries to help you with your life. You know, it prides on people going through hard times getting to buy a book. Yeah, and please don't buy this book because I'm sure you can smell the BS from the computer screen with what that book has to offer with that corny title. The thing is, Google reviews will help read the preface of this book. I read what I think was the preface section on Google reviews, skipping the personal testimony in the book, and it literally just sounds like he's trying to sell you on a pyramid scheme. It was hopeless and sad, and he suffered, and how he can soar past it like an eagle, because that's what people are, eagle analogies. And while I'm being a bit tongue-in-cheek, because I didn't have the effort or care to actually read any of the book, let alone buy the book, you know, why doesn't Jay himself make an audiobook of his book on his channel instead of hiding his book behind a paywall so that people who are living on very tight paychecks could never afford it? You know, why not do a full audio chapter by chapter, Jay? Anyone with Wi-Fi could access it and be free and get it to more masses to help out people with their day-to-day life. Why don't you do it, Jay? And the reason why Jay probably won't ever do an audiobook on his channel is because he won't get as much money from YouTube than he will you buying his book. Can I say that for certain? No, because he could make an audiobook tomorrow and I'd look really silly, but considering the fact that his book was published in late September 2022, 9 months ago, I can say for certain he has no intentions of wanting to make an audiobook. And if by chance anyone in my audience is looking for a book to help them with their mental health, I would recommend The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Frick and Everything is Frick, a book about hope, both authored by Mark Mason. And I've read both of these books this year, and they both have significantly helped me out with my mental health, allowing me to de-stress and stay calm and navigate life. I only say this because of the parts of his book I read, he tries to make you feel special because you have your own story, whereas in Mark Mason's book, give me 1 second. In Mark Mason's book, Chapter 3 is literally called You Are Not Special. Chapter 3 helps you overcome not being special because it shows you that being special, well, just kind of sucks. When you're special, you have your own special problems that no one can help you with. You feel despair because if you're special, no one can ever understand you. And once you realize that you're not special and that other people have similar problems, you can connect with other people, empathize with other people, and most importantly, other people can help you. And I will say it's been about 6 months since I did read the book, so I could be wrong in my remembering of it. But I do believe that that's what it was all about. Anyways, further proof about his channel being a giant grifting machine is if you look back 6 months ago, it was hardly getting any views. Really until Jay started becoming a bigot when his channel popped off. Because being a bigot is profitable right now in 2023. Now you might be asking yourself, why is being a hateful bigot such a profitable market? It's simple. There are a lot of bigots out there who know their bigotry will not be tolerated in the public space, and they just want to hear their opinion thrown back at them. This is because bigots are weak-minded simpletons who can't stand any criticism or any other viewpoints, because they are so desperate in being correct in their bigotry that any counter to that will shatter their worldview and make them realize that they're not special. Plus, if someone else out there is agreeing with you, you must be right? Also, Jay, if your whole channel is about truth and not about money, why have you decided to delete all those videos? If your channel is demonetized like you claim, why not put all those videos you deleted back up? After all, you don't care about money. You said you don't care about money. You care about the truth, right? No matter the cost, Jay, the truth must prevail, right? In fact, it wasn't up until 3 months ago where your channel got any views or notoriety, when you started speaking your truth, right, Jay? Why not reinstate all those videos? Or if you deleted them, re-record them. After all, the truth must prevail, right, Jay? Anyways, shortly after you failed to gain a decent following on Rumble, you made your second channel just 5 days later because you're speaking the truth, and the truth is being under attack. Oh, at least that's what you say, but no, you're just a bigot. In fact, since your main channel is demonetized, and to be honest, with your channel being demonetized, it gives you the freedom to, not follow monetization policy and truly say what you feel and get off your chest. And why not post the truth there? It has a significantly bigger following. It has more views and subscribers. Yet you made a second channel just so you could stay profitable. I wonder why. Oh yeah, you're a grifter who needs cash flow. And this is what he says in this video.
I'll have you know that I speak the truth, and the truth is now under attack today. My name is Jay Fanton. The most important and integral, not only integral, but foundational things that I've actually learned to create a just and honest society is that speaking the truth should be considered of utmost importance.
He says he is speaking the truth when, in fact, he just lies about trans people for the money. He'll gladly listen to personal testimony of a trans person who regretted surgery, but will never put on a trans person who didn't regret the surgery, nor will he ever look at the data and facts surrounding that trans people, at most, have a 0.1% regret rate when it comes to getting their gender-affirming surgeries. He won't stop at the truth no matter what, but will gladly take down 4.5 billion views from his channel so it doesn't get taken away. Don't forget that rather small detail. In fact, Jay, why don't you make your own website where you can upload any video you want and not have to worry about YouTube's monetization policy? Wouldn't that be so much easier than having to hide the truth from everybody so you don't get deleted off the internet? And I want you to pay close attention to this next part.
The truth is now being replaced by feelings and belief instead of facts, science, logic, reason, biology, and rationale. If you speak the truth today, you are either censored, banned, demonetized, warned, and even deplatformed. People today don't see the truth as being the truth. They consider it to be hateful. And if you say it, you are considered to be a hateful person. But just because people don't like you speaking the truth doesn't mean you should ever stop speaking it. So guess what? That's exactly what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to stop no matter what. So I've decided to create a new show, and I'll have you know is the name of my new show, where I'll be speaking the truth. The more people that do and the more people that listen, the better society will be. You can try and remove truth from the equation, from the very fabric of existence, but the truth will always be the truth. I'll be covering a wide range of important topics and subjects, so there'll be something for literally everyone on this show. I live by this philosophy. Speak the truth in love, no matter how hard it is to say so.
Yeah, notice how Weasley he's being? He sounds like he's talking about something really specific when in reality he's not talking about anything at all. That's because he's being vague on purpose, to fool gullible people that he's being persecuted for telling the truth, when in fact, like I've said probably 20 times in this video, someone check me on that, he's just being a bigot to try to get a quick buck from people who want to hear their own opinion. He says that speaking the truth will get you banned and make people very mad, and he's too much of a coward to say what he's actually trying to say. That he hates trans people and that he's a bigot. Even though he put this really cringy, Final Fantasy VII battle music behind him to try to, garner support? Make him seem like his words actually have any weight to them? I don't know, man. You're just cringe. But further down the timeline, Jay created a second channel called I'll Have You Know. He created this channel 5 days after he created his Rumble account. And this channel has about 5.6% of his audience from his main channel at just over 3,000 subs. But it's nowhere near as profitable, assuming that it is monetized and that he didn't make a second Google AdSense account and broke YouTube's terms of service. Let's hope you didn't do that, Jay, because then you will never ever be able to get monetized again. And on this channel, he just posts the same kind of transphobic content that he does on his main channel. Heck, he has a short where he lies about what the words homophobic and transphobic means and what people who call you that are.
Mainly because I was talking about this whole idea of homophobia and transphobia. You know that how they call them an actual phobia, let's say. That's
Right.
actually, people have, it's a psychological condition for someone to have a phobia. So this mass throwing out of saying you're homophobic, you're transphobic means that they're psychologists and they can diagnose every single person that is somehow transphobic or homophobic. We've got this mass level of diagnosis happening in society at the moment, which means that we need to go and see a psychologist for being apparently homophobic or transphobic. It's weird. Right. It's nuts.
Right.
Playing little word games doesn't work so well when you can Google the definition of a word in about 7 seconds to disprove all the lies you tell. So don't pretend that you actually care about the truth, or that you're actually smart, or that you know that anyone calling you a bigot or homophobe or transphobic or transphobic is some sort of psychologist. When anyone calls you that, it's because they think you are discriminatory against people based on characteristics that they cannot control. You don't choose to be gay. You don't choose to be trans. If that were the case, nobody would be trans or gay, because nobody would want to be killed in the streets or persecuted. Or take a look at all of queer history for anything I've just said. Anyways, this is my opinion, or, mostly fact, of who Jay Fanton is. He is a grifter. He is not special or unique in his craft as much as he wants you to think he is. He's just another bigot. He's just another bigot with poor camera quality trying to make a quick buck on YouTube, so he doesn't have to work a real job. Because the only thing that makes him more uncomfortable than queer folk is a job application. If Jay does respond to this video, which probably won't happen, but if it does, I want Jay to do some of the following. I want you to stand up to your moral of truth. I want you to re-upload all of your deleted videos. Because if you care about spreading the truth, then you wouldn't mind re-uploading your quote-unquote truth. You wouldn't take it down. And if you did delete the videos off of YouTube and your hard drive, then I want you to re-record them as best as you can. After all, the truth is the utmost importance to you, and we would hate if you didn't follow your own, morality. And if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, then prove to me how you're not a grifter. Share both sides of whatever you actually want to cover. You're weirdly obsessed with trans people for some reason, so maybe show the perspective of a trans person who doesn't regret transitioning, or all of the data backing up how trans people going through surgery helps them reduce their suicidality, among other quality of life things. And if you can't do that, then continue crying like the victim you want to be, and enjoy becoming continuously demonetized on YouTube. And Jay, just in case you ever thought this, which you probably did because of your terrible victim mentality, I'm not attacking you. I'm just calling you out on your lies.